Hi, this is Faith, and you are watching The Faith Factor. Holla. All right, everybody. What's up? What's up? Welcome back to The Faith Factor, and I am your host, Faith. And right now, what I want to do is I want to go in here and I want to talk about a hot topic that's just burning up all across social media on all platforms. And that is the fight between Tommy Sotomayor and a young lady by the name of Shea that happened on the Fresh and Fit broadcast. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you a little bit of take on what I saw. I went and I watched the Fresh and Fish podcast, and I saw where Shea and Tommy got into it. Okay, they kind of shook it up a little bit. You know, it was a little bit of arguing, a lot of back and forth. And there are a lot of things that I want to break down to you guys because some just ain't right. Some ain't sitting right with me about this whole thing. Because, you know, Fresh and Fit, you know, it's not even about whether or not the young lady should have even been on Fresh and Fit's broadcast, because you know they don't get down with the brown, and this is a dark-skinned, brown-skinned, beautiful young woman, and she's on the show. It doesn't matter. It really don't matter. So, you know, I had to look at this from a very objective point of view because I'm old school, okay? I'm very old school. I come from the school of thought that men are stronger than women. They know that they're stronger than women, and that you just don't argue with or fight a woman if you're a man. And that's the school of thought that I was raised in. You don't argue with a man. You don't try to fight a man either. So it's two sides to that coin. If you're a woman, you don't argue with a man, you don't try to fight a man. If you're a man, you don't argue with a woman, and you definitely don't put your hands on her because you know you can hurt her. So it's two sides of that coin, and that's the school that I came up in. Okay, but this is a new day. This is a new day. So we're going to get all into that discussion as well, because we got the old school, don't hit a woman, versus the new school, hey, if the woman can hit, she can get hit. Okay, that's the new school. I don't agree with the new school, but hey, here it is. We gonna talk about it. But one thing is for sure, there is a natural hierarchy of power in nature when it comes to men and women and humans in general. And see, that hierarchy is that children are under the mother. Okay? And the mother is naturally going to overpower a child. And she's always going to have that dominion over that child as long as they are a child. And the man has hierarchy over everybody because he has natural power and strength over everybody. That's the hierarchy. And everybody within their hierarchy have a certain responsibility with the power and the strength that they have. And also, we don't talk about the micro hierarchy of children. Older children are stronger than younger children, right? So that's the reason why we teach our older children to be gentler with their toddler brothers and sisters, because they can hurt them. See, all of this really shouldn't be regurgitated and said over and over again. These are just things that we know as humans and as individuals. So the new school of if you can hit, you can get hit. And there's a little bit of flawed reasoning there. Because I remember my 5-year-old getting angry at me. My son, he got angry, balled a little fist up, thought he was gonna hit me. He got a spanking for that, but he didn't get a beat down. I caught his little hand and restrained him, had to hug him and tell him, hey, you don't do that. Because I was bigger and stronger as his mother. And I had a responsibility to control my anger. And I had a responsibility to use something other than brute force with someone who was clearly not as strong as I was. So, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. I just want to put that out there. But before I get into the spiel, because I'm not going to play the whole videos because I don't have time for that, guys. I got somewhere to be. But I want to play portions of Tasha K's interview with Shea and just the parts where a few people called in. Just 2 calls is what I really want to go into, because those are the only 2 calls on her program that I really care about. And that's the call of when a black woman called in and she was talking about the, hey, if you can hit, you can get hit. I want to talk about that. And then there was another person that called in who's another well-known YouTuber in this space. And I want to weigh in on some of the things that what I felt about what she brought out in her conversation with Shea as well. And y'all know faith is blind as a bat. So when I saw that first camera angle that Fresh and Fit put out, you know, with Shea and Tommy sitting way on the other side of the table, you know, I couldn't see all that well, right? And then I don't know who it was, that Sudanese guy. I don't know if that's Fresh or if that's Fit. But when the fight broke out, I wanted to see who did what first. But the Sudanese guy stood up and he was all in the way. So, I mean, that angle really didn't do much for me. And plus it was too far. And you know I'm blind. So I did look around on YouTube and I saw that somebody posted a different angle that was a lot closer, that I could see, you know, everything that happened from the very beginning of the actual altercation up close. So I'm going to play that as well. But before I get into that, I just want to say welcome to everybody who got in here first. I see the Black Audacity is in the house. Welcome, sister. I see Water Snipers in the house. Welcome as well. 6 Figure Days. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see that all the regulars are in here. Doja Cat. Hey, what's up, Doja? So we're going to get into the nitty gritty of this whole situation. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to cue the music. I want to stop the music. I know everybody's saying, please don't stop the music. I got to stop the music because I want to go ahead and I want to share my screen. Here we go. And I want to get first into that actual fight. Okay, so here we go. Fresh and Fit from a different angle. We're going to share that. Boom, there we go. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this play button and we're going to watch this from a close-up angle. And I'm going to pause in different intervals and I'm going to tell you what it is that I see. So here we go. Okay, first off, when this video first starts, you see what she holding in her hand. Okay, sister girl standing up over Tommy when the whole altercation starts. Okay, she's standing up over him. Let me go back to the beginning. Okay. All right, she got up. You saw she was sitting down, then she got up, and then here she is right here arguing with the man. Okay, arguing. Then you look at her hand. Look at her hand slowly wrapping around the microphone. Okay, so you grabbing this big ass microphone over here. You got the microphone in your hand and you're standing up over somebody. Now, I don't know about all of you, but when you are in an argument situation with somebody and that argument is becoming volatile and you're sitting that close to each other, when someone is standing up over you and you're that close, towering over you like that, that is an aggressive stance. Okay, so already it ain't looking good for my sister girl right now. It's not looking good right now for sister girl because she's towering over him. And see, for everybody that wants this to be something else, I'm going to need you all to remove your feelings and just look at the facts. Don't believe what I'm saying. Don't believe what nobody else is trying to say out here and the narratives that they're trying to spew. This is a close-up view of what happened. And she stood up first and she grabs a heavy object, which is this microphone right here. So, you know, it ain't looking too good. It ain't looking good at all. So now what's happening is this dude standing there in the middle. I don't know if he trying to protect Tommy or if he trying to protect their equipment. But you see he got his hand on her hand and he's reaching for the microphone. And I think he's trying to protect the microphone and Tommy. I think that's what's going on. Because I mean, that equipment is kind of expensive and she kind of holding it, you know, kind of like standing over Tommy. It looks very sinistering or, you know, however you want to call it. But it looks very aggressive. And I would be threatened by just her stance alone. So I don't care, you know, y'all call me Mammy. But if the roles were reversed and that was Tommy standing over her and grabbing a heavy object and yelling at her, I don't think that any of you would say that he was not being threatening in that moment. And Shea was definitely being threatening in that moment. But I'll continue to play. Whoa. Okay, so you see this, right? You see this, right? So Tommy takes off his headphones as he about to throw down because look, she trying to go around the guy that's holding her back. Now notice that this is something else that I noticed about this whole situation. Notice that nobody is restraining Tommy at all whatsoever. Just notice that they're only restraining Shea. But this is because Shea is inching forward, trying to get to Tommy. So once again, don't believe what I say. Don't believe what you hear anybody else say. You look and you believe what your eyes is seeing here. But it looks like he's trying to hold her back, but in spite of him holding her back, she's trying to inch over there to get him. So look, there she go again. She tried to jump over and get him. So who is the aggressor here? And see, when they play this back in court, they're going to blow this up just like this. They may even use this. But you see how she's lunging, trying to get around to get to Tommy. This is not the actions of somebody who felt that their life was in danger. I'm just, trying to tell you. I'm just trying to tell you, as somebody who have been arrested, okay, for assault myself, I'm just trying to tell you, it ain't looking good for her. It's not looking good for her at all, but I'm going to continue to play. Okay, so now in spite of somebody holding her back, let me just go back a little bit because it happened so fast. In spite of someone holding her back, do you see that arm extended over there? In spite of being held back by another man, her arm went out and she was able to make a connection even while being held back. So there is no doubt anymore as to who dealt the first blow. That would have to be Shea again. So, hey, 2 for Tommy, 0 for Shea. Well, first of all, it was bad for Shea as far as standing up. That was 1. Grabbing a heavy object while she's standing up over Tommy. That was 2. Trying to lunge and inch towards Tommy. Number 3. And number 4, swinging around somebody who is trying to hold you back. And even though they're trying to hold you back, you still make a connection. She got some fighting skills, but that's my girl from Chicago. We got them skills, y'all. I told you. That's that Chi-Town hustle right there. Even though a motherfucker holding you back, you can still make a connection. She good. She good, y'all. But unfortunately, this is bad for her. This is real bad. But let me go ahead and continue to play. Oh. You see that? They even slowing it down for you. Slow mo. That was the first connect. The second connect. So she made 2 direct connections to the dome. Okay, I'm done. I'm done sharing, y'all. The video don't lie. So that was the first video that I wanted to share with you. That was the first. Let me go back. Look at my comments here. Hey, what's up, y'all? Yeah. B Stephanie Bewitched says she come with a special set of skills. Oh yeah. And those skills was she was doing it, man. She was really, really doing it up. Doja, yeah, Tommy might have walked towards her, but she being held back by somebody, and she's still inching towards him. Now, she was the aggressor from the very beginning. Now, I even wanted my sister Shea to be innocent here, because hell, I went to jail for assault. I went to jail. But everything that I saw in this close-up of this video is damning. I want y'all to understand, because see, I don't want none of y'all to let this fire you up and you think that you can do this and you won't get in trouble. You gonna be in trouble. Okay? And 6 Figure Days says it started when that flew her out for the show, telling her she was the special guest, and F sitting her next to TS, knowing he hates dark-skinned Black women. Yeah, I think that she was set up. 6 Figure Days. You are definitely on the money with that. I think it was all a setup. Now, to be honest with you, I think she should countersue Fresh and Fit and Tommy for setting that whole situation up, because see, she was in a lose-lose situation even before she even got there and stepped foot through the door. It was all a setup. I agree. But unfortunately, in a court of law, you have to really prove that there was a setup. And it looked to me like it's kind of fishy how they had that whole thing where they start off. And I think Tommy talked to Fresh and Fit. I think Tommy told Fresh and Fit about what she did, and he don't like this bitch and all this other stuff. And I know that Fresh and Fit know how she is too. So I am absolutely convinced that they set that whole thing up. No, Six Figure, no. We just sat here and watched the whole video. Tommy did not push that man against her at all. We sat here and watched the video. I even paused it. Not one time did Tommy do nothing. Tommy ain't even get a lick in. And I'm not ignoring the verbal abuse. I don't know if you were here earlier, Doja Cat, but we're going to talk about whether or not it's okay to utilize physical force because somebody is using verbal abuse against you. Because see, as somebody who was arrested, okay, for assault, I will tell you, you will be foolish. You would be foolish to run around with that jargon in your head because somebody called you a bitch, because somebody verbally abusing you, that you're going to be okay and it's self-defense. It's not. In almost every state. Because see, I saw what she said on Tasha K and all that. And yeah, in Florida, it does say if you feel your life is in danger, you can protect yourself. But here's the catch 22 with that. In no state, zero, not even Florida, can you put your hands on somebody because they called you out your name. It is almost always prohibited for you to use physical force for verbal abuse. And see, I don't want this to be a show about, oh, the mammies taking over and all this. This ain't got shit to do with that. I'm trying to save y'all from going to jail on some dumb mentality type shit. Tokyo Diamond says, I wish she would have handled that better because they got what they wanted, unfortunately. Exactly. They're getting paid. They're the ones benefiting off of this. And unfortunately, she's gonna go to jail. Chaos, my email is thefaithfactor@gmail.com. So, I don't want you all to think, because I'm gonna tell you, I wanted my sister to be innocent and to not have to worry about, facing no consequences. But here's that's the bad news. The bad news is she did wrong. Okay, from what I saw in the video, she did wrong. But here's a slight caveat to that. Even though she attacked him, and she did certainly attack him, because Tommy was aggravating her and egging her on to the point where no person in their right mind wouldn't want to clobber him, she probably will not be given a harsh punishment for that. And we did see in the video where he was egging her on. And so a lot of judges do take that sort of thing into consideration. So she might just get probation and have to do some, anger management or something like that. He's not going to get her locked up, but unfortunately, she is going to, add another chink to her criminal record because of Tommy and because of how she handled the situation, which was really, really bad. Really bad. Chaos Ring, you see the scrolling banner going across my screen. Um, my email address is also located on the scrolling banner right now that's going across my screen. So I'm not saying that Tommy not a punk ass bitch for what he did, because I absolutely do think he's a punk ass bitch. Okay? Because he don't nut up on men when they get up in his face the same way he nut up on women. Now I don't know if you all were around back in the day when him and Tyreek Nasheed used to be going at it, but I remember distinctly Tyreek Nasheed showing up to Tommy's set with a Crispy Award. And he was standing over Tommy the same way that Shea was standing over Tommy, and he was holding the Crispy Award and telling Tommy to take his Crispy Award. So Tommy didn't nut up then. Matter of fact, Tommy set his ass down. He was very docile. He had his hands crossed. He had his head down. He didn't say a goddamn thing. And then I also remember when the Hoteps caught up to him and they were taking him to task, asking him about his rhetoric on black women. And then he tried to gaslight, and they didn't like the fact that he was over there trying to gaslight, and they two-pieced his ass. And Tommy didn't nut up on those guys either. But anytime there's a black woman involved, Tommy ready. He like ready like Freddy. He about to Freddy Cougar a woman, but he don't do nothing with these niggas. So I'm not saying that I don't see any of that. I dislike Tommy Sotomayor to my heart, and I really wanted to be able to say that my sister Shea would be able to make it out of this unscathed. But this is how I think it's gonna go. She's gonna get a charge from this, but the judge is gonna take into consideration that Tommy was basically instigating and egging her on and causing her to get to a point where she was getting angry. And she may not do jail time, but I do believe that she may get probation and have to do anger management. And see, and this is with me removing the fact that this young lady out of her own mouth have stated that she's a prostitute, that she does sleep with men for money. But here's the thing, even if she's a prostitute, she still don't deserve to be treated that way, called out her name, and nobody trying to, lay hands on her. So all the people that's mentioning the fact that, she's a prostitute, that has nothing to do with this altercation whatsoever. And I hear a lot of people saying that she had no business being there. And I agree wholeheartedly. But I have to take my feeling about that out of the situation, because that have nothing to do with the altercation either. At the end of the day, if you go somewhere, you do not go there to be verbally and physically assaulted. So the fact that she was there is of no consequence. Yeah, I heard that he paid $2,500 to have sex with her friend, and he was alleging that the reason why she was so in her feelings is because she was jealous of her light skinned friend. All of this to tarnish this woman's name and reputation is really uncalled for. This young woman is only 25 years old. She's grown as hell though. That is a whole adult, but she young. And Tommy being much, much older than her. Hell, damn, Tommy damn near 50 years old, y'all, if he ain't 50. The man got gray hairs in his beard. Now, she went out there, and for whatever reason, she didn't want to go through with the situation with him. She said she turned him down, and that's why he in his feelings. So it's a bunch of he say, she say going on here. And whether you want to believe her or whether you want to believe Tommy is of no consequence, because at the end of the day, it don't have nothing to do with the altercation. The altercation is in a separate class by itself. Now, what I will say has something to do with the altercation is the fact that Fresh and Fit may or may not have known that these were two people that had issues with each other and set them directly next to each other and at the head of the table and made her the I guess, as she said, the guest of honor for that day. And by her being young and naive, I don't think that she saw the setup. But Tommy, Fresh and Fit, and probably all them non-black women in the room knew what was going on, but Shea didn't. She was the only person in this situation that did not know. Chaos Rain says Tommy Sotomayor is 46, turning 47 by the end of the year. Yeah, I know he had to be close to 50, close to my age. So it's not lost on me that Fresh and Fit are culprits. So if this young lady is guilty, Fresh and Fit need to also face a consequence as well for orchestrating the altercation. Now, Fresh and Fit definitely do figure in to why this altercation happened in the first place. And like I said, it's not lost on me that she was the only person being restrained in that room. Why would a man only restrain a woman in that situation when they were both getting out of control? Why was nobody trying to restrain Tommy? They only ran to get Tommy when it got out of hand. So that further lets me know that Fresh and Fit wanted an altercation. They wanted it. And this could have went either way. Yeah, Tokyo Diamond, they were laughing it up. So I think they also need to be held accountable. Somebody needs to bring a lawsuit against Fresh and Fit for their hand in this, because I do believe they stirred the pot. Doja Cat says Shea can sue Tommy for emotional and verbal abuse. I hope so. I hope that she gets a really good lawyer, like someone else was saying earlier in the chat, and that she can countersue. Now, even though she countersues, is no guarantee that she's going to win her countersuit, but I would still countersue anyway, because you're absolutely right, Doja Cat. I think Tommy baited her. Fresh and Fit set up the situation. And I think that Tommy and Fresh and Fit should be held accountable for the entire thing. I think that a good lawyer would bring up their history with dark-skinned women on the show and on both of their shows, and the fact that Tommy exploits dark-skinned women primarily on his OnlyFans page. primarily he exploits these women. But I want to just take a quick dive because I got to get off of here soon. I'm 36 minutes in. I want to play something else to you as well that I saw with the Tasha K interview. And I'm not playing the whole interview. It's just one phone call. Actually, it's 2 phone calls I want you to hear. And we're going to discuss those phone calls. So let me go ahead and get my screen share together here for you guys. Let's see here. There we go. Let me go ahead and widen out my screen here. All right, so I'm going to play this portion of Tasha K's interview with Shea, and there's a woman that's going to call in, and I want you to hear what she has to say. You probably have already watched this, but I want to dissect and break down this phone call and another phone call from another famous YouTuber. So without further ado, here we go.
My previous life because of my swag. You feel me? Chicago got swag. I said, okay. But what's your question? You got 3 questions, Mama. What you got?
You know what? It's crazy because being from Chicago, you can't put your hands on nobody and think ain't no consequences.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. If he puts money into you, he didn't touch you. The problem with females is they get active and hyper and want to put their hands on people and that ain't at work. That's where I'm from. If you put your hands on a man, he gonna beat that ass.
Mm-hmm. Well, wait a minute, Lisa. Whose side you on?
Obviously, Tommy. I'm just talking about the fight. You ain't got, and nobody has to like Tommy. I'm just talking about from a fighting point of view.
But yeah, and also, you know, y'all laws are different from Florida. So in Florida laws, if whoever hit who first, if you feel that your life is at risk, you can protect yourself.
Hold on. Because we talking to another black woman right now. Hold that. I got it. Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing? Now, I know you got your black screen on and stuff, but you know that was a bold statement to come on the platform and say that, and your face ain't shown. Okay, that does not show respect, and it doesn't show that you even understand what the situation was. Okay, there we go. Now we can talk. Let's go, sister. Now, so a man done put his hands on you?
Yes, and I'm good at what I do, so that's why I don't back down. If I fight a man, I know what I'm getting into.
What?
I fought men many days.
Okay, so because this is just a lot to process. And oh wow. So this woman is used to fighting. This is that color purple. This is old girl, what's her name? Sophie. We got Sophie up here on Tasha K show. Sophie says, all my life, I done had to fight. I done fight so many men. And I'm good at what I do. Lord have mercy. Sophia. Girl. So you ain't supposed to be getting used to sparring with no man. And this is what Tasha K is trying to tell you. Now, I do agree that a woman ain't got no business putting her hands on a man either. But Sophie, why would you put yourself in a situation where all your life you gotta fight men? So, you know, I got an issue with this caller right from the gate, but let me go ahead and continue.
So you mean to tell me, as a woman, you think it's okay for a man who's physically stronger than you, okay, and was made that way by God, for him to put his hands on you, and you okay with that?
If I hit him first, if I hit you and you, I cannot expect not to get hit back.
What have you went through to even allow that? That's coming from somewhere else. What have you been through? Did your mama get beat?
So it's okay for women to hit men and nothing to happen. But if they hit us, we can call the press charges.
Listen, when a man uses something, a person or an object to hit this woman, she has a right to.
Okay, first of all, I just played the video back. He did not push that man into Shea. I don't know why she on here capping like it's gonna be all good when she go in the courtroom and play that video. Because the video I just watched, Tommy didn't push that man into her, y'all. And see, I'm not gonna sit up here and just because Shea is a dark-skinned sister and I want the sister to be right, because I wanted her to be right when I watched that video. But I can't sit up here and just ignore what my eyes are seeing. Should I believe Shea or should I believe my lying eyes? And see, my eyes saw none of what Shea is talking about here. But Miss Sophia down here talking about she hit men first and she know what to expect. This a sister that is like a glutton for punishment or some stuff. Like, why would you initiate a fight with someone who is physically stronger than you? Now, that, like Tasha said, what have you been through in your life that this is going down? But I just had to stop and make that one little statement because see, look at our little precious in the middle there, Shea. See, Tasha windmilling hard for our little precious, and she is our little precious. You know, she's a beautiful dark-skinned sister, and I really, really wanted her to be right. But our little precious is wrong. So let me go ahead and continue.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you didn't see that, that's okay. I understand that. But for her to even address him giving him the right to use somebody else as a shield to run into her, that's a bitch move. And for you to be a black woman,
but did he really push her, or was they both excited, jumping in each other's face?
Right.
Do you have a daughter?
I have 2 daughters.
So if a man whoop their ass after they push a man, it's okay.
If they push a man,
yeah,
you got to know what's coming. Everybody is not going to be accepting to you hitting them. Just because you a woman, you cannot hit a man for no reason.
I'm sensitive. Listen, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm listening. I don't like to go in like this on the wild notes because I really appreciate y'all love. But I have to be honest. Like, for you to even say that, like that right there is coming from somewhere else.
So men can get whatever done to them.
Okay.
And they have to accept it because they're physically stronger. And whereas the woman can walk away as well before it even escalate.
No, I wouldn't say that a man has to accept a woman, pounding on him because he's physically stronger. But I will say that the man does have the ability, just like in the example that I use with a woman and the child, the little child that's balling up a little fist on the tantrum. He gonna wail on a mama. Well, mama noticed she could pick him up and slam him down 20 times. But just because you can don't mean that you should. So a man can restrain a woman. There's other things that a man can do to stop a woman from attacking him other than beating her into the concrete and leaving blood and teeth everywhere. See, a man that do that, he just wanted to hurt that woman. A woman that do that to a child, she just wanted to hurt that child. There's a difference. But let me go ahead and continue.
What the heck? Do you not understand the man's role?
Yeah, I do. But we have a role too.
The leader of the
women has a role too.
No. Okay. And we're gonna talk about that. So we're talking about a man that has a God-given right by God in the universe as dominion over women and everything else. Okay. All right. So as a man, if you have dominion, you have to control your household. You have to do so without being physical. So if your woman or your sister, your brother or auntie or whoever is out of place as a man has to use his intellect in order to calm a woman down. Because let's be honest, any woman would submit to any man without a man even having to put hands on.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So if a man feels that he has to go there, then something is wrong with him. He does not have dominion or control over the thing that God has given him by right. And so for you to even say that it's okay, that's the very reason why our daughters are getting their ass beat, because you as a black woman gonna sit up there and say, guess what? They ain't got the right to put their hands on it, but a man can call us a bitch, they can sleep around, they can fill us full of AIDS, and you gonna think
Okay,
it's
so you telling me it don't go both ways? Just like a man can't hit a woman can't hit a man. That's what you saying because they black.
Even biblically, listen. Now I'm not a follower of the Bible.
I'm just saying, is you telling me it's okay for a woman to wild the fuck out on me, and it's okay?
She didn't wild out on him. She addressed him like a woman respectfully. He continued to call her out of her name, and he used another man as a shield to push her. So when she decided to fight back and stand up for her, not one black man in that room took her side, and not even a black woman. And for you to sit here and say that it's okay, that's some bullshit. That's the reason why
I saw two people arguing, getting excited. I did not see him push no Myron into her. And even if he did push her.
Okay, so Tasha gets all in her feelings and drops the woman off the show. I want to also get into Miss Jessica X made a cameo appearance on the show as well. But before I do that, I do want to go back and chat it up with you guys. Yeah.
You're all right.
Yeah, I want to go back and chat it up with you guys. So, wow. Just wow, right? So let me go back into the comment section because y'all, I know y'all probably going crazy. Cole just says, didn't she have to pay her way back after Tommy flew her out? Lawsuit. Yeah, I mean, these are all things that Shea could sue for because he asked her to come out there. And, he should have also, made sure that she had a way back since she came out there for business and that he was the host of that business venture. So that is something that she can definitely sue for. But, man. So B Stephanie Bewitched says, I had to fight my brothers, my father, all my life. I had to fight. Right. That's Sophie. We just got through watching Sophie. Oh, Lord. Faith, Blue Devil Gee. Faith was the friend there at Fresh and Fit in the red shirt. Okay, I'm going to be that friend then because, hey, right is right and wrong is a wrong. I mean, do I have to play the video for y'all again for y'all to see that he didn't shove the man into her, that she stood over him holding a heavy object, which was the microphone? That is a threatening stance, guys. If that had been Tommy doing that to her, everybody would have said that would have been a threatening stance. And not to mention that in spite of somebody holding her back, she kept itching towards Tommy. And then she lunged at him. And even with someone holding her back, she had the skills to make not one, but two connections. 2 for Shea, as far as the fight. 0 for Tommy. Tommy a punk. Tommy can't fight, y'all. He can't. But say what you want to say, but you can't. Hey, the video don't lie. The video do not lie. And that's right, y'all. All of this is fair use for educational presentation purposes only. Fair use, okay? But we want to talk about this woman that we just saw. Okay, what's up, Amanika Mama Max? I want to talk about this woman because she's saying that if a woman can hit a man, she needs to expect what's coming. And I kind of agree with her to a certain extent. But once again, I'm old school. Now, see, I don't believe that women should be hitting men either, because we do know that they are stronger than us. But the man having more power and more strength, they have a responsibility to scale it back. The same way you as a mother have more power and strength over your child, and you have a responsibility to scale it back. See how that work? Everybody got a responsibility when they have power. With great power comes great responsibility. Tokyo Diamond is asking me to play the video again. Let me see if I can find it again, because I took it down. But let me go into my history. My herstory. I'll bring it back for you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead just for one more time for the people that didn't see what I saw. This is a close-up view, not that far away view, because y'all know Faith blind, okay? You know I can't see a damn thing, so I got to watch it up close. And so because I got to watch it up close, I got this video angle to help me out, you know, because I'm blind. So here we go. I'm going to share this. All right. For those of you that didn't see, let's go over it again. Okay. You saw she stood up. First person to stand up. She's in the power position. So you see Shea stood up first. Shea's up. Tommy's down. That's number one. Ooh, and what is that she got her hand around? Is that a heavy, blunt object? Yes, it is. It is that heavy ass microphone. So she got her hand around the microphone. Let's keep going.
You stupid bitch. No, bitch, you
okay, looks like she's in a threatening stance with the microphone. So homeboy went over there. I don't know if it was to protect Tommy or if it was to protect their equipment. Because once again, that equipment is pretty expensive. But you see, he grabbed her hand to get that microphone away from her because she was standing over Tommy wielding this heavy object. So I want you guys to, you know, as I'm going through this again, tell me who's the aggressor. Now Tommy is up. Now Tommy is up. Okay. So now they both, you know what I'm saying? You know that they in it. But we got somebody in the middle. Okay. Now I want you all to tell me where this imaginary push happened, because it's right here that this so-called imaginary push happened. Okay, so now she's up against him. She's inching up against him to the point where she is pushing him against Tommy. Now, can you all see that? See, I'm blind and I can see this. She inched up, and now she's up against the man that's between her and Tommy, and she done inched him into Tommy, whereas his booty is right there on Tommy's crotch. That's how much she inched up. Let's go. Okay, now this is the push everybody is talking about. Now, she is trying to get around this man to get to Tommy. Okay, Tommy just put his hand on that man back. It was not a push because he was getting ready to defend himself from an imminent attack. You see this? Oh. And the man is steadily holding Shea back because she's steady doing what? What is she steady doing? She tried to go around to get to Tommy. It didn't work. Right? Not that time. So the man is steadily trying to hold her back. Tommy's still in the same spot he been in. So I don't care how y'all try to mix it. I don't care how y'all try to mix it. This woman is wrong. Let's go. And she going around. Now she done kind of did her little Muhammad Ali, you know, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee dance, and she got around to the other side. Tommy's still standing in the same spot. Same spot. But she floating like a butterfly sting, you know, Man, like I said, that's Chicago right there. You know what I'm saying? That's that Chicago movement. Fast. And you're going to see how fast her arm reach out. Bam, bam. That arm reached out. She connected. Bam, hit Tommy right there in the head. She the one made first connection. And once again, Tommy got his hand right there on dude back because she clocked his ass. He got to kind of stabilize himself after that. Here we go again. Then another hit. She got 2 licks in, y'all, and y'all want to say she the victim. Okay, and then it fades to black after that. So I'm gonna stop sharing. You know, but I just played it again for those of you that didn't see it. For those of you that didn't see it, tell me if she wrong. Tell me if she right. Tell me if she wrong. If you still think she right. Koja, come on. Tommy should have made her OnlyFans with that man that night. y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Okay, 6-figure days still say it's a push. Doja says she wish Shea clunked him over the head. See, y'all trying to get that young woman in trouble. Stop trying to get that young woman in trouble. Have any of y'all ever had to do time? For all of y'all talking shit, who actually had to do some real time? For all y'all saying, oh, she should have hit him, she should have clunked him over the head, she should have did this. Y'all need to stop. Jail ain't no joke. I agree, Doja. Tommy do act like a female. He really do. B. Stephanie says, my lying ass missed the push. Exactly. Exactly. So Doja says, I didn't acknowledge Tommy threatening her life. Now, I didn't hear that. I would have to go back and re-listen. But if he did that, she does have a legal leg to stand on. If he threatened her life in that situation, in that instance, where then she can definitely say that she felt her life is in danger and all her actions would have been justified if Tommy had threatened her life. But if he didn't, if she was already jumping around, bobbing and weaving prior to anything he said, she in trouble. Just finna tell you. I'm just finna tell you. Blue Devil Geese said Big Sue waiting for her. Y'all is crazy. But okay, let me go ahead and get back to breaking down the Tasha K thing because I'm gonna have to leave pretty soon. I want to make sure I get everything in. So let me go back into the screen share. Share screen. My Chrome tab here. Alrighty. I always have to go through a thing to get y'all's what I want y'all to see. But here we go with the Jessica X phone call. We're going to get into that in just a second. Here we go.
What the fuck is she talking about? And this probably ain't even got no man in the household. here. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What's your name, Jessica?
Jessica. Yeah. Hi.
Hello.
So
how you doing?
I'm doing good. So what I wanted to ask her was, she said that Tommy was talking ish about Fresh and Fit. What did Tommy say about Fresh and Fit behind their back?
That's a good question.
That is a very good question, but I really don't want to disclose that.
But you were, on the edge, even given the direction that he's going, he's pressed harder than you. You're still not going to say?
I'm gonna definitely say for the perfect time to say when it's in court.
You're going to put okay.
He's gonna say it in court.
Okay.
I know he's gonna bring it up, so it's just like okay, and now it's just like yeah. But we're not going to even discuss that because it's really much of, it's just going to go as, I really wish my friend was here with me so we could both talk about that together. So I at least have my witness that was there to back everything up that he said.
Yeah, okay, I don't know. I thought you were being charged with assault or something.
Yeah, I am. Basically assault, allegedly assault.
Okay, all right. If you think so. The next thing I wanted to ask you was, you said that you didn't sleep with Tommy because you weren't feeling his energy and you don't make that sort of OnlyFans content.
Yeah, I don't make that OnlyFans content. If you even go and subscribe on my OnlyFans, it's only myself. Like, I just show myself out. And I ain't never even showed my vagina on my OnlyFans. Like, it's a big finesse if you ask me, just a way to get some.
Okay, now I have to stop it right here. And I know why Jessica's asking her this, and I actually have to side with Jessica on this. Because this young lady did state in a different broadcast or podcast when she was on Fresh and Fit, she did state out of her own mouth that she does, do those type of videos for money. That she's she prostitutes, basically. She said that out of her own mouth. So now I don't know why she's doing this 360 and she's lying here. And I'm not sure why Tasha K didn't do her homework. Now I'm not the most thorough, of the people on YouTube, but I knew this. And so it doesn't look good for Shea sitting here lying like this. Like, once again, I wanted my sister to be pristine, clean, but it's hard to protect somebody when they doing this much lying. It's hard. But let's continue.
Free money from horny guys, and all you gotta do is just, be sexy. You don't gotta do anything. There's a lot of creeps out there. Tommy is one of them.
I remember you saying on your Instagram live after the incident happened that you would have slept with Tommy if he had paid you, if the money was right.
Jessica's right again. She did say that. She did say that. And notice how she does not tell Jessica that she's wrong.
Would have slept with him.
No, I wouldn't have slept with him.
Well, that's what you said. So I'm just going off of your words now, because Tommy was saying that you were angry. You were basically jealous because he chose your friend over you.
Yeah, and that was a bunch of bullshit. Why he just basically trying to put the image of I hate all light skins. And he also said on the show that I was jealous of the other girls that were light skinned. And obviously that whole entire show, we all was getting along. We all was communicating. Even before the show, me and the girls was getting along. So he's trying to portray and put a manipulative image in their head, making it seem like I'm just an angry dark skin.
But you did say on your Instagram that you would have done it if Tommy had paid you. Answer her question.
I'm just going off of your words, right?
Because I hear you. I hear you.
He was willing to pay you, and he paid your friend, so he was willing to pay. So does that mean that he just preferred your friend over you? You would have gone and he was willing to pay you. You called him a big trick. He was willing to put that money out, but he wasn't willing to trick on you. That's where it comes down to fixing your friend.
It's not even that. It's because that I just need the money. What you saying? What you saying?
you're saying that he's a big trick, but he obviously didn't want to trick on you. He was willing to pay your friend, and you said that he did, but he didn't pay you. So is that why you were salty the next time you came on the podcast? Because you went down there, you thought you were going to get some money, but he paid your friend and you didn't get a look in?
No, that is not why. Like I said, and I previously said, once I got there, the energy was just completely whack. It was just completely off. I couldn't do it, and I wanted to leave. So all that even happened after I left, when he go about paid her, all that. And that's because she was texting me throughout the time, and then that's what she told me. He didn't even agree on like all that before we even got there. Everything happened after I left because I didn't want to be there anymore. Like the energy was just weird. And then he tried to say that I was jealous. He tried to say that I was jealous because he was giving her more attention than me, which was a lie.
But even after that, you said you would have slept with him if he was willing to pay.
Exactly. You said these are words out of your own mouth. I understand exactly what Jessica's saying. You're not addressing what you said yourself on your own Instagram, and now your words are coming back to bite you because people saw you and they heard you say this.
You said you would have done it if he was willing to pay the money.
He was, trust me, Tommy was fucking cat. Like trust me. Nothing knew what the fuck he was doing.
But he
I got
paid.
He paid her after I left. You gotta understand that. You get what I'm saying? It's not that I was there and this has happened. I didn't watch
Jessica, I know you got a lot of questions, but your time is almost up. We got a lot of people waiting.
She was in the wrong.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
You can't punch a man in the face and expect him to just stand there and take it. She deserves to have charges pressed against her.
Drop her shit. Drop her, because I don't believe in domestic violence. I don't do that. So
okay, so Tasha, you know, it looked like she was kind of, you know, making faces the entire time that Jessica kept drilling her on what she herself admitted on her own Instagram. And Tasha didn't, it looked like Tasha, you know, was a little blindsided, in my opinion, because she didn't know. Tasha didn't know. So let me go ahead and stop sharing and get back to you guys. Hold on a second. Where am I? Okay, I can't get back to my StreamYard for whatever reason. Oh, here we go. There we go. Now I can see your comments. Yeah, Koja, she's with the pay for play, not no pay and play. Hey, what's up, Trinity 11? I love you right back. Tokyo Diamond says is wrong. Wrong is wrong. Put the hate aside and look at the actual fact. Exactly. See, you know, no matter what we want, because I wanted this young lady to be in the clear. I really did, because I can't stand Tommy, my damn self. But hey, you know, it ain't looking too good for her. It ain't looking too good for Sister Girl at all. So I'm gonna have to log off of here because I have to be somewhere. But let's recap real quick. Okay, first of all, Sister Girl, she's standing over Tommy in a threatening stance. She's reaching for a heavy blunt object while she's standing over Tommy. Even with someone holding her back, she's still inching towards him to the point where she's pushing the person that's trying to get between them into Tommy. Tommy's in the same spot the entire time. And even with someone holding her back, she even managed to get 2 punches in with Tommy standing in the same spot the entire time. So it don't look too good. Then you turn around and go on your Instagram, motor mouth, talk too much, talking about you would have slept with him if he had paid you, and how cheap he is, and his penis stink. So in closing, I'm old school. I do not believe that a man should be welling on a woman because he knows that he is physically stronger. However, no woman should be sitting up picking fights with men and think that's okay either. Tommy pressed charges against her. He did exactly what he should have done. Unfortunately, I also know that Tommy is a bitch ass nigga. And he don't normally nut up on these niggas like he nut up on black women. And he always calling the police because he can't take care of himself with his hands. So he always can talk a big game, but his mouth have wrote plenty of checks that his little ass can't cash. And so Tommy always finds himself in these situations, doesn't he? So I don't like Tommy, really don't. But I love my beautiful sisters. And what I'm going to leave you with is I'm going to leave you with some actual real world advice, not no stuff that I think, because a lot of people running around here with their opinion. But I'm going to tell you what I know. Now, earlier in the video, I opened this up and I told you we're going to discuss whether or not it's ever okay to use physical force because somebody is being verbally abusive to you. And the answer is emphatically hell no. I don't care how bad the person is making you mad. In no state, and I'm talking about the law, in no state will they allow you to use physical force to combat verbal abuse. The two ain't even in the same category. Understand that. So this is real world advice. You all are going to have to exercise self-control or you're going to get that clink clink. And there ain't no good lawyer in this universe that's going to be able to help you. They might be able to help you get a lighter sentence, because that's what happened in my case. But I still had to take a punishment. It is not ever, ever, ever okay. I don't care how much you try to remix it. That is the hard facts. And it's and the judge ain't gonna look at you and say, oh, she a woman. The judge is not gonna look at him and say, oh, you shouldn't have called her all those names and egged her on and made her two-piece you at the Fresh and Fit broadcast. The judge is gonna look at this video and he's gonna do like I did. He's gonna play and pause. Okay, did you just stand up over him? And he's gonna continue to play. Did you just wrap your hand around the microphone? Then he's gonna continue to play. Did you stand over him holding the microphone in a ministering fashion? Then he's gonna continue to play. Did you inch and inch towards this man to the point where the man trying to hold you back, you pushed him against this guy? And then he's gonna continue to play. Did you try to go around this man twice, and on the second time you swung and connected, and then swung again and connected? And I did not see him get not one lick in. And you're standing here before me, no bruises, nothing. But I saw you hit him twice. This is what that looked like in the court of law. It looks exactly like what it is. And see, y'all can hate me, but don't hate me for telling the truth. You hate the people, and you hate the actions and the decisions of what those people made to put themselves in the situation. Because see, Faith did not put Shea in the situation. But I'm trying to tell you all how not to be Shea. In a situation where you find yourself in a volatile environment, you get up and you remove yourself. That is the smart thing to do. And if he follows you, if he puts his hands on you, then you can turn around and two-piece the hell out of that motherfucker because he was preventing you from leaving. And I know you all want this to go your way. I hope it do go your way, because I don't want to see the young woman get any more charges on her record, which she says she has already had to do time. So this is a testament that she needs to control her temper, because ain't no motherfucking way I done already been to the damn big house and I'm doing things to get me back in the big house. And this gonna be a hard pill for some of y'all to swallow. And I don't want y'all ending up in that situation. So I'm gonna end on that note. I love all of you guys. Please take heed to what I'm saying. And with that, I'm gonna leave you with peace. I'm out.